All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and get this presented here. And where are we at? No, there we are. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Sure can.
Perfect, perfect. All right, so this is week 7 of our Ultimate Techniques to Top Producers. So this week we're talking about building a strong network. Building a strong network. Last week we talked about using tools and tech to help automate some of your business. And today we're going to talk about building a strong network, which also helps launch your business into the right path and provides additional leads and additional clients for you to assist with selling or buying properties. So as you see here, we have the most beautiful Renee as our agent model. I love, like, can I just say that I love putting you guys' faces from the lifestyle photography shoot on our training programs instead of just, AI models that a lot of times we see in training. Like, I love seeing you guys' faces on this. Love it. So we're gonna have to do another one of those again. Maybe we'll do that in the fall because that was so fun. So building a strong network in real estate. In real estate, success is built on more than just closing deals. It's rooted in the strength of your relationships. As a real estate professional, your network is the foundation upon which your career is built. Whether you're a new agent just starting out or a seasoned veteran looking to expand your business, cultivating and maintaining a strong network is essential for long-term success. Your ability to connect with clients, colleagues, and industry partners directly influences the growth of your business, your reputation, and ultimately your bottom line. Okay, so from those of you who are in the audience, who has ever received a referral? Also, for those of you who are new, a referral is somebody, a lead or a client that's given from one person to another person who have some type of personal or business relationship. So who here on the call has ever received a direct referral from somebody else in the industry, whether that's an agent or a lender or a home inspector, just really anybody?
I have.
All right, great. I hear some hands going up, but it's hard for me to see. So no, I mean, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. So making sure that you have a strong network within the real estate industry is so important. You don't really think of those people as part of your overall business, providing clients and inventory to you, but I promise you they can and they will. So it is important to make sure that you are always connecting with people, always willing to shake hands and introduce yourself, handing out those business cards and asking people the important questions of, what can I do for you? And that will make them start thinking of, okay, you're doing for me, what can I do for you in return? So we're going to talk about how you can find these people. And how you find those people, first and foremost, is attending networking events. There's all kinds of networking events that you can attend. In fact, we're having one this afternoon. We're having a networking event at Grove City at the Broad Street Grill. So if you don't know that, it's from 4 to 6 in Grove City, and it is a happy hour. And why do we have these happy hours? Why would us as a broker just bring everybody out and buy you food and booze? Why would we do that? Seems like an unnecessary expense if nobody gets anything from it, right?
But it's good that we all get together, and if there's someone from a different area, I can network with them. And oh, I have a listing coming up. What do you have available? Who do you know that does home inspections in your area? Yada, yada, yada.
Yes, I love it, Jamie. Thank you. Yes, it is an opportunity to grow your network, to grow who you know, and to take from them what they know and start making it your own. Now, it's just nice for us all to get together. Trust me, we do it a lot of times, just so that people can blow off steam and we can see everybody's faces because we're all going different directions. But networking is so important, building that team, building that culture of people who are willing to help each other out, right? So we love doing networking events. We have people here from all over Western Pennsylvania. So we've got Jim. I believe, Jim, you're from what? Westmoreland County, which is way out there.
Yep.
Jim's in Westmoreland County. So if you don't know where that is like way out there, way out there past Pittsburgh. So he's way down there where we've got Jamie, who's way up in the top of Mercer County. And, there may be an opportunity for those two people to transfer leads back and forth based on, their territory experiences. So this is why networking becomes so important. So first thing you want to do is you want to choose the right events, because not all networking is created equal. So really hone in on real estate industry events. You can go to anything that's local, regional, or national. You can go to conferences that are put on by the brokerage. You can go to conferences and workshops provided by NAR, PAR, or your local organization. These type of events are just packed with agents, brokers, developers, sometimes investors, home inspectors, lenders. They're packed with people who are primarily there to meet people like you. So that's what these industry events are. You can also go to local business and community events, and this is something I don't think a lot of people think of when you're looking at like the Chamber of Commerce. I'm currently sitting in the Hermitage office, and on the desk in front of me, I have a little piece of mail from the Shenango Valley Chamber of Commerce. And it's really great to get to know those people. When I need something, I could pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, I'm looking for this, or I'm looking for that, or I'm looking for this. So go to their events. They do a lot of different things like business building events. They'll do cocktail hours. They'll do all kinds of things. So if you want to learn other people in your local market, people who can refer business to you or even become clients of yours, local business and community events are the way to go. Also, some little tidbit of information that a lot of people do. And I know April's pretty good at this. Mark Peterson's very good at this, is get involved with community events. So City of Hermitage has a night mart, just very similar to New Brighton's night mart. And Elwood City office has it's a night mart, but it's called Wonder Wednesday. So get out and get involved, get a table set up, take donations. Maybe you're going to curtail off the book drive and have people either give, a monetary donation for books or bring their books there. Maybe do some giveaways, maybe do some type of game or whatever. I mean, maybe you're just going to give away baked goods that, with cookies that are black and gold. You do you. I mean, you're only limited by your imagination, but it's a great way to get out there and start meeting the local people. Brokerage specific events. We talked a little bit about this. Doing hosting events such as open houses. You could do client appreciation parties. You can partake in training seminars for our brokerage and other brokerages. It's a great way to build relationships and get to meet more of your colleagues. All right, so when we're going to attend a networking event, there is some preparation you got to do ahead of time. So I suggest researching attendees if possible. So you want to review the attendee list and the event agenda ahead of time. You want to know who those key individuals are that may be coming, such as any top producers, industry influencers, or potential clients, and plan your approach. My big thing is I always wanted to know who was the political figure that was going to be there. Was the mayor going to be there? Was the code enforcement supervisor going to be there? Is there some development firm that's going to be there? Is there going to be a big builder that is there? So know whoever your target market is, know who that is in advance. And then practice your elevator pitch. So prepare a short and impactful introduction that clearly communicates who you are, what you do, and why you're attending the event. There's nothing wrong with walking up to somebody after you know that this big new construction developers is coming in, and you recognize him because you stalked him on Facebook. And you know that there's an opportunity there because they have not selected an agent to list the plots that are coming. You can walk up to somebody and say, hey, I'm Christina Hoffmeyer. You're Mark, right? Oh, Mark, I've been meaning to bump into you. I hear you got great things coming. I'm a real estate agent with Realty One Group Ultimate. So I like to keep my pulse on what's going in the neighborhood. I can't wait to pick your brain and hear about everything you're doing with this new development. I hear it's going to be fabulous. So I've introduced myself. I've given him a short introduction of why I'm there to talk to him. I want to know what's going on. I've given him a little bit of compliment to kind of fluff his feathers, and then given him the opportunity to tell me all about himself. Bring business cards. Always have a supply of business cards on hand to exchange with people you meet. Trust me, just because you shake somebody's hand and introduce yourself at one of these networking events, if there is a lot of people there, they will tend to forget. And they'll say, oh, what was that guy's name again? That agent that came up to, can't remember his name because I've met so many people. Please don't assume they're going to remember who you are. Keep those business cards in your pocket and hand out as many as you are able. Any
Also,
questions?
I know that with Realty One, we got sent out that one to download our business card online on that. And so I did that. And you can actually, share your business card with someone. And that also might be an opportunity to get their phone number as well for a contact.
Absolutely. Yes. You can tap to share and then it automatically puts it in there.
Yeah.
I would say have your business card anyway.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I like about business cards is that every time I go to a networking event, like I take their business cards, I don't really look at it and I stick it in the back, into the back of my jeans. And then when I go to do laundry, like it's a fleeting thought, but then when I go to do laundry and I'm emptying my pockets, I pull that out and that's almost like a second introduction. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's the guy. You know what I mean? So I do love the tap because you're gathering their information. But that business card, you'd be surprised. I mean, it's almost like a 2-for, like you gave it to them the first time and then they're going to find it in their laundry the second time. And it's going to remind them of you if they haven't plugged in the information already. At least that's what I do anyway. I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot. All right. Engage during the event. So going to these events and being a wallflower is non-productive. I mean, yeah, they always have some type of training, some type of like takeaway for your business. But if you're really going to make the most out of networking events, you need to be actively engaged during the events. It's really easy to spot the wallflower who just kind of comes in and picks at the appetizers and maybe has a drink, just kind of stands in the corner. They're really missing the opportunity to really meet people who can really impact their business in a positive way. So how do we behave during an event? Be approachable and confident. So smile, make eye contact, and just introduce yourself. That's what everybody's there for. We have to get over that hump of like, oh, I'm scared to just walk up to somebody I don't know. That's literally what a networking event is for. People are expecting you to just randomly walk up to them and be like, hey, my name's Christina. So nice to meet you. You are? So there's nothing wrong with that. They are expecting you to do that. Show genuine interest in the people you meet. Ask them questions about themselves and what they do. People love to talk about themselves. So ask them, oh, hey, Mark, it's so nice to meet you. So what do you do? What do you do? Where are you from? It's really easy to get people to start bringing that out. Participate in conversations. Instead of standing on the sidelines, engage in group discussions, ask thoughtful questions during presentations, and offer insight when appropriate. Position yourself as a knowledgeable and helpful professional, okay? Make sure that everybody knows that you're the go-getter, that you're a real estate professional and you can help them with their real estate needs. And above all else, be authentic. Network is about building real relationships, not just collecting business cards. So focus on making meaningful connections with people. This is all about building rapport. So do keep in mind that we have to build rapport with clients, right? When we go in, we meet a seller, it's not just about the presentation. The presentation is secondary to the rapport that you built with the client to put their home on the market. Same thing with a buyer. The buyer, the home sells itself. And I say this all the time, the home sells itself. We're not selling the home. We're selling ourselves. We're selling the client's ability to trust us and know that we are going to help them through one of the biggest purchases of their lifetime. So we're selling ourselves. So definitely be authentic. And these networking events are an opportunity for you to build true rapport with other people in the industry, so that when they think of somebody buying a house, they only think of you and they're referring that business to you. Next, what do we do when we go home? If you're like me, you have business cards in your back pocket and you forget all about them until you do your laundry, and then you do the follow-up with everybody. But definitely send a personalized message after the event. So you can make sure that you're sending them either an email or a text message, or a follow-up call that says, hey, it was super nice to meet you at the event. I really loved everything that you have to say. It sounds like your business is going amazing. Please reach out to me if you ever need anything or any help in the business. I'd love to be part of your support network. Also, make sure you connect with them on social media. So adding new contacts to LinkedIn or other professional social networks. I even say go to Facebook, make sure you're adding them on Facebook. That way you have a connection there as well, and they can follow all of the wonderful things that you are doing in your business, and you get to see all of the wonderful things they are doing in their business. It keeps the both of you very relevant and top of mind with another, so that your relationship can continue to build and grow after that. All right. So before we move on to networking on social media, any questions, thoughts, anything to add? No? All right. So leverage social media for your networking. How do we do that? Very first step to that is we create a professional online presence. So you should at minimum, as a real estate professional, have 2 social media sites. Jim's going to fight me on this because he is an Instagram. He's an Instagram fan, but he's going to fight me on this. 2 at minimum, and those should be LinkedIn and Facebook. LinkedIn and Facebook. And for those of you who are younger, you're going to say, oh, Facebook's for the old people. Well, guess what? I don't disagree. I am old. I have Facebook. But those people will be your clients just as well as the younger generation who uses other social media platforms. So doesn't mean that you shouldn't have other social media platforms. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't concentrate on those, but please, please, please make sure you have a Facebook and a LinkedIn, because those 2 platforms are the easiest to network on. LinkedIn is almost like your resume for your business. And when somebody is looking to hire somebody, or if somebody is looking to get services from somebody, it is very common that they go to LinkedIn, because it is your online business resume. So that is not filled with a bunch of personal stuff, or at least it shouldn't be. It's all business professionals all the time. So it's a great way to network with other people and add them as a connection, so that you can share articles back and forth. You can also look at potential clients and investors there. They'll be able to see what you're doing and what you're up to on a strictly professional level. However, I do love Facebook, and Facebook is a great way to network and connect if you're using it appropriately. So making sure that you have your personal page and your business page completely separate is always ideal. And with your business page, you can join certain Facebook groups that help you network and see who is in the know in your local market area. Whether that's a community bulletin board, whether that is a real estate off-market site, new construction site in your county, whatever that is, search for those different groups. And hey, if you can't find one in your area, why not create one and then be the administrator of one to build your own networking group on social media? Make sure that you are investing in your personal website. Now, we provide your personal website. We pay for your personal website, so that it has no cost to you, unlike many other brokers. So why not invest your time into it? All of the tools are there. Make sure that it is well designed, user friendly, and it showcases your listings, your services, your client testimonials, and your market insights. Some of you are very good about doing your blog and your community pages, and I love that. I just saw Belle, she put out a blog earlier this week from her website. Absolutely love that. Great job, Belle. So I love seeing that stuff. I love clicking on that stuff. I like sharing that stuff. That shows that you're really putting the time into your clients and that you are really a professional on a higher level. Just make sure you have consistency across all of your platforms. So you want to make sure that your branding, your profile picture, and that your message is very clear across all of your all of your social media, your website, everything. We talk in Ultimate Launch, which starts again July 22nd, for those of you who have not attended Ultimate Launch yet, but we talk about our branding and consistency across all sites. Not that they have to be identical, but they should all have the same voice and overall the same look. Now, the next thing you need to do to be able to increase your network on social media is engage. You have to engage. If you are on Instagram and Facebook, they're both very highly visible platforms, and they are great for real estate marketing. Now, this is where Jim comes in. Jim is like the Instagram guru. He's got it all down with the algorithms and how many hits he has to get and when he has to post something and the whole thing. It's way more information than I can digest, but he does amazing at it. So posting photos and videos to Instagram and Facebook are the best way to get hits, to get likes, to get shares, to get traffic. This is really what gets you noticed. Video content is by far the most powerful tool in marketing. So consider creating short videos to showcase listings and provide market updates. Include some of the people within your network. So one of the things I can tell you is tagging other people drives a lot of traffic to your social media. And this is where your network comes in by adding hashtags, location tags, or tagging a person. So let's just say, who am I going to pick on? Ebony. Let's say Ebony has a closing, and Ebony's clients got their pre-approval and their loan through Sarah. Well, if Ebony posts that closing photo on social media and tags Sarah and sets the location to the office where she's closing and puts in a few cute hashtags like hashtag new homeowner, hashtag Realty One Group, hashtag country living, then that is going to increase the reach. And because Sarah is tagged in the post, that's further networking social media style. So everybody that Sarah is connected to is now going to be seeing Ebony in that post. And that's really kind of how you build out your sphere of influence. So please do that. Trust me, the people that are the people who are providing you these services. Oh, look, Sarah's right there too. I didn't even know her picture was on here and I'm talking about her. So the people that are providing you these services love when you do that. If you tag Sarah and say, thank you so much, Sarah, for all your support, she just loves that. She eats that stuff up. So don't be afraid to tag them. I saw somebody was raising their hand, but I can't really see. So whoever raised their hand, just holler out. No? Okay.
It was me, but it was an accident. Thank you.
Oh, okay. No worries. Yeah, it's really small down in the corner, so it's hard to see who's raising it. It just kind of comes up as like a hand, but I can't see who. All right. Offer value to your audience. So on social media, how do we network if we're not in front of them? We can't get in front of their face and shake their hands and say, hey, meet me, meet me. Well, a great way to do that is to add educational content to your social media. Get people to follow you. So maybe you're doing you want to do, or you want to reach more home inspectors. Maybe you could do some educational content on the relationship between the agent and the home inspector, and why having an agent that has these great bonds with home inspectors is important to a buyer and to the sale. Maybe you're going to talk about doing a loan and talking about pre-approvals. Again, you can tag your local mortgage person. You can have them in as a guest. This really helps you increase your reach and network with other people. Could you imagine if you're using one lender or one home inspector and other home inspectors are seeing that and be like, hey, like Charlie's doing all of this with this person. How can I become friends with Charlie? You know, how can I become friends? I want to do this with Charlie. How can I? And you will get those messages pretty soon. Somebody's going to DM you and say, hey, I'm a local home inspector, or you're going to get an email, or they're going to show up at a networking event that you're there, and they're going to be the one in your face saying, hey, Charlie, my name is such and such, and I've been keeping an eye on you and I want to meet you. So grow your reach. Share client success stories, share stories and testimonials from satisfied clients, and respond to all of your comments, questions, and direct messages promptly, whether you're receiving those from other people in the real estate industry or with clients. Make sure that you are responding quickly. We've talked about this before in branding, and I'm not going to go over it too much, is that anytime anybody comments on any one of your posts, you should be replying to their post, preferably in 2 sentences. So let's say that they shared Belle's blog. Belle should be on there saying, thank you so much for sharing. And, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you supporting my local business, or something like that. So that is going to further boost your reach and bring you further up in the algorithm so that more people are seeing you. I guess I skipped ahead. Participate in online real estate communities, join forums and groups. So participate in real estate forums. There are other forums depending on what your real estate niche is. I'm following to Rebecca on this one because she does a lot of investment properties. Bigger Pockets is a great one. Connected Investors is another one that is a social media platform for investors and for investment vendors. So if you are in real estate investing and that is your niche, those are two of the absolute groups that are a must-have. So again, those are Bigger Pockets and Connected Investors. If you are in, maybe you're in new construction, or maybe you're in, like drawing a blank of what I'm supposed to say next. But depending on what your niche is, maybe it's VA home buyers or whatever that is, you can definitely look for Facebook groups that specialize in that type of niche or product. You can also engage on other platforms like Zillow, Realtor, Redfin, by optimizing your agent profile and responding to all your client reviews.
Hey, I'm sorry, real quick. What was that other investor site? I was just trying to put it down. I have a Bigger Pockets. What was the second one?
Connected Investors.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Other ways you can network is engage in community events. So volunteer and give back. So engage with your local community. It is one of the best ways to build goodwill and establish yourself as more than just a real estate agent. So participate or sponsor local charitable events, volunteer with local organizations, support causes that are meaningful to you. I always use Biba from Howard Hanna as an example. Always. I love the woman. If you are from Beaver County, then you know who she is. She is the rescue dog realtor. That is her tagline. She's the rescue dog realtor. She blends her real estate career with the Humane Society of Beaver County, and she sponsors a dog that needs a home. She does videos with the dog, and then every time she closes a home, she gives back to the Humane Society a portion of the proceeds of her commission to help the animals there in Beaver County. And now she is just known as the rescue dog realtor. It has become her persona, and people will literally go to her because of her charitable events. She knows so many people, and she's built a business on supporting the Humane Society of Beaver County. So trust me that doing something good for the community, being seen as an expert within the community, is a great thing. Her niche is dogs. She sells homes to people who love their dogs more than they love themselves. And then she gives back to the homeless dogs when somebody buys a house. So think of a way that you can volunteer and give back and be known as somebody who really makes an impact within your community. It's a really great way to meet the right people within your community, whether that is, like I said, whether that is the mayor, whether that is a state representative, whether that is code enforcement, whether that is whoever, zoning. Don't be afraid to get to know these people and do it by volunteering and doing goodwill. And you can also sponsor community events. You can sponsor maybe a charity run or a neighborhood festival or even a school event once a year. I know a couple agents that have their hooks kind of in a specific neighborhood, and they do a neighborhood yard sale sponsored by them every year. So they go door to door, they hand out flyers. We're having a neighborhood yard sale. It's these 2 days from these 2 times. Doesn't cost anything to set up. But if you do set up, we're entering you into a prize to win this, and we're taking care of all the signs and the advertisements for the community yard sale. So I know a couple people that do that with really great success. You can do a charity run. So I know Castle Realty, with the support of the Lawrence County Board of Realtors, is doing a charity run, in honor of Jeff Staff, who unfortunately passed. So they're doing a charity run for in his honor to support the community. You can do a festival. You can do like a kids event or maybe an annual Easter egg hunt. I mean, go wild. But this is a great way to network with community members, just real people. And these are going to be real people who either work within the community or could be your future clients in the community. So start thinking of something you could do annually that really sets you apart from any other real estate agent who's just treating it like a job. Any questions on getting involved on social media or in the community? All right. So now that we've done all of our networking and we've met all of the people, what do we do with it? How do we take this and how do we really benefit our clients and our business now that we know all the people? We've done all the things. We've attended the networking events. We've gone through social media and we've gotten to know people nationally. We've gotten to know who the investors are, who the vendors are. We are connecting with the community. People who live in our community now know our face. We've done all of this work. What do we do with it now? Now is the time to add value to your clients and to really set you apart as an individual who did the groundwork, who hit the pavement, and really did the homework for your clients. One of the ways you can do this is adding a trusted vendor list. So offer your clients a list of trusted local service providers, such as the roofers, plumbers, electricians, pool maintenance companies, and landscapers that you met at all of your networking events. So you are able to provide your clients with vetted recommendations that really adds value and demonstrates your commitment to their long-term satisfaction, even after the sale is closed. One of the biggest mistakes that agents make post-close is never following up with their clients after they close. We think of it like, oh, it's closed, the transaction's done. That's not untrue. You stop being their agent when the deal closes on paper. But a good real estate professional stays on with those clients for years to come and becomes their trusted community advisor. And this is how we start networking through our clients. Okay, getting those referrals from our clients are worth their weight in gold because they come pre-vetted with the understanding that somebody else said amazing things about you before they even picked up the phone and called you. So this is worth its weight in gold every time. Start networking through your clients. Become their advocate, not just at closing, but for the years that follow. So come up with that trusted vendor list of everybody that you've networked with along the way and provide that for your clients. You can also provide local business coupons. So you can partner with local businesses to create coupon booklets for your clients. Years ago, I had these little binders where if somebody bought a house in Lawrence County, I would have these coupons in there where like National Grind would sponsor, and I'd have a coupon in there for 1 free cup of coffee from National Grind. Or you would have coupons in there for McDonald's, and you have like those little, anybody remember those like little those little dollars that you would like give away on trick-or-treating night? Like they were good for like $1 off a meal or a free ice cream or a free coffee or whatever. So think in terms of that. And start with your local businesses to see if you can cross market and prepare some type of booklet for your clients. This booklet can include discounts on home improvement services, restaurants, moving companies, or just local shops. By offering this exclusive savings, you show to your clients that you care about their entire home ownership experience while also supporting local businesses. And for years to come, this is something that you can mail out to them on a yearly basis. This is a touch point. You can call them and say, hey, I just want to let you know, I just mailed out your, 2025 coupon book for Lawrence County. I hope you really enjoy it and get a chance to go out to these local businesses that serve our community. So it gives you that touch point where you're not just calling cold and be like, hey, I was just thinking about you. You can say, I just wanted to let you know I'm sending out this year's coupon book to you and I hope everything's okay. How's the family? All right, so here's a worksheet that I challenge you to fill out and start making your own. There could be so many more service people that you meet along the way, but I do challenge you to go to networking events, to get on social media, and really meet one of at least all of these categories. So a real estate attorney, a moving company, self-storage. By the way, if you need to meet a self-storage guy, I'd be happy to introduce you to my dad. That's what he does. Plumber, electrician, HVAC technician. For those of you who don't know, HVAC just means your furnace and your air conditioning. Roofer, landscaping, general contractor, pest services, insurance agent. You already know one, Lisa Carr. If you need another introduction, I would be happy to do so. Interior designer, flooring specialist, and home security. Home security. All right, so try to fill this list. You may know a lot of these people already. But if you don't, that's going to tell you that you need to get out there and start networking to meet these kind of people so that you can do a trusted vendors list and add that to your overall value proposition for your clients. And make them aware that you're referring them business. Say, hey, ask them. Like I would ask permission, not that you really need their permission to put their contact information out there. You don't, but the whole point of asking for somebody's permission, if you know an electrician and his name is Jake, hey, Jake, I have this vendor list that I give to all my clients so that when they close, they know who they can reach out to for any problems with their home. I'd really like to include this on the list and refer clients to you if that would be okay. And of course, Jake is going to say, yeah, that'd be great. Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and add you to the list. The only thing I ask in return is if you know of anybody who's wanting to buy or sell a home, can you send them my direction? See how that works? And then make sure that you're following up with people on your trusted vendors list periodically and make an introduction. So if your clients call you and they're like, hey, Jamie, I am so sorry to bother you, but we bought this house a year ago and the roof started leaking and I'm new to the area. Do you know a good roofer? And Jamie's going to say, yeah, I know a great roofer. You know what, when we get off the phone, I'm going to send you and my roofer, Todd, a group message and introduce the both of you. That way, roofer Todd knows that referral came directly from you. And now Todd owes you something. So hopefully he's going to send that referral back, right? All right, so just something that you can do. All right, so that's about where we're at when it comes to building a strong network in real estate. But as you continue to build and nurture your network, always stay true to your core values and commit to providing the best service possible. A strong, meaningful network is built in trust, authenticity, and dedication. And those are the foundations of long-term success in real estate. All right, open it up. Questions, comments, stories on how you've been able to network and profit from it. Anybody? No? No, nobody.
Well, I was going to say, we've had this conversation, and the whole idea is, we're networking, but we're doing even social media for business. And I've generated business from Facebook, generated business from Instagram. And so, that's my focus. That's my focus. And as many followers as I have on Instagram, it's great, but it's actually another problem for me because it's hard to engage, 10,000 people.
Yeah.
So you want to grow, but at the same time, engagement is a new problem for me. But meanwhile, when I had just 1,000 or less followers, it was a lot easier to engage and get more attention that way. So
no, I get that. Having too many is a good problem to have. But just look, Jim, in the last year, how much your business has grown. How much it has grown and evolved.
Actually, in 6 months, it's amazing.
Yep. Just by pushing yourself in the right direction, using the tools that you already have in front of you and there's no secret sauce. I would love to say that Jim's business exploded because of Realty One, and Jim had it all along. It's just a matter of making sure that we're going over the simple things that made us successful from day one and keeping those as good habits. And I can tell you, networking has built my business. It is the reason why our business has been able to grow. Just looking at who's online, Charlie Brown. I met Charlie Brown because I had an investor and he was doing work for my investor. And we got introduced and I met Charlie. Rebecca was, I networked through a real estate education platform with her dad. And we just stayed in contact. And every once in a while, I'd send him business. And every once in a while, he'd send me business. And we just built a relationship. And then when Rebecca was thinking about getting into real estate, her dad, Jerry, came to me and said, hey, tell me about this. My little girl wants to get into real estate. I don't know your side of things. And he was Papa Bear and came down and was like, tell me about this, before I was even allowed to meet Rebecca. Jamie got here because I called Sarah and said, hey, I need a Mercer County agent who's a really great agent, somebody you really trust. Like I need an ally in Mercer County. Who you got? And she says, there's only one answer to that. You need to call Jamie. So I met all of you people through networking. And you guys can do the exact same thing in your business. So in the minute, all three of you, and I could give you stories for everybody that's online, but all three of you that was on there, the minute that other person told me, hey, this is a good person, you can trust them, I didn't have to build the trust. The trust was already there. The desire to get to know you was already there because somebody that I already trusted put their seal of approval on it. That's what networking is. All right. Anything else on networking?
I don't know about nobody else, but that just made my day. Thank you.
Oh, I love you, Charlie. I'm so glad we got to meet.
Yeah, it's been nothing but smiles ever since. Thank you.
Charlie's family. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you this week. We will be here same time, same place next week. So with week 8, when I'm done here, I'm going to send this out to your email. It'll be weeks 7 through 10 on the slides because the file is so big now. This training has built out so many weeks that I can't send it in one PDF because it's too big and then Google kicks it back. So I'm going to send out your weeks 7 through 10 so that you have the next series, and you'll also have this worksheet. I know a lot of people have done this worksheet. I know it sounds like a waste of time. I promise you it's not a waste of time. Really build out who's sending you referrals back and forth. I promise you that your clients will use this, especially if you do a house book, which I want to do a training on because I still see some agents doing house books. But for some of you new agents, you may not know what that is. And I'd really love to bring that back. I think we lost that during COVID. And I think we need to bring that back. We need to bring back the house books, like the book that we give them that has all of the important information, and you tell them to take it home because you put all their closing information and everything in there, and it's branded with your beautiful faces. And you tell them, take this home and put this in your fireproof safe, because you're going to need this important information and refer to it when anything happens with your home. So I think we're going to bring that back. I'm going to make an example because we used to do this all the time. And I see few people doing them anymore. And I think that needs to make a comeback. I think it's super valuable. And this form here with your vendors list is the perfect place to put that, is in the closing house book. So all right. So if you want to see that, if you want to have a training on that, please let me know and I will put one together for maybe August.
I start one at the very beginning with my buyer and seller. It's gold. And I tell them completely through your whole transaction, keep this with you, everything put in your gold folder. And it really does work because people say, I pulled out my gold folder.
That's fabulous. I love that. I love that. And they should, you need to have that and have it branded. And that way they can put their closing paperwork in there. They can put a copy of their deed in there. They have a copy of their vendor list. They have the warranty brochures. Like, what do we do with it? Like, we used to put the warranty brochures, like when they would buy a house and they had brand new appliances in them, or like the seller would leave the warranty brochures on the counter. We had a space for that. So at the final walkthrough, we would have our closing binder and we would grab those warranty brochures and put them in the sheet protectors inside their home book. So maybe we'll do a training on that if you guys are interested.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I actually called one of my previous clients yesterday to just check in on her and see if, she can do a review. So I know everyone, and she's like, I feel like now that it's summertime, she moved in before summer. She's like, I feel like my AC is not really working well. She's like, I don't know if that's part of my home warranty. And I checked it for her, like it's part of it. So I was like, yeah. And I told her, hey, this is who I use. I use Love's, because with the home warranty we have now, we can use whatever vendor, and she also told me it was kind of nice to like know what happened after closing, like what, is there anything wrong? She actually said Progressive, she's using for her insurance. They almost canceled on her because of the chimney on her garage that had no, the wood burner wasn't there because the other people took it, the previous owners, but she ended up like knocking down the chimney because they like still wouldn't allow it. Like they were just, even though the furnace, wood burner wasn't there. So it's nice to know those things too.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. And that would have been an opportunity too, to be like, okay, well, we're going to step in and, we have an amazing, insurance agent. So let me talk to her and see what the rules are in regards to that. And then while we're at it, let's see if she can quote you out and save you money on your insurance and bring down your mortgage payment. I love doing that because then you look like the savior. And you can go right over to your insurance person and say, listen, this is what they're paying now. This is the coverage they have now. Can you beat this? And they will make every opportunity available to beat that, to get the business. And then you look like the queen of real estate, because, oh, well, I talked to Rebecca and she brought my monthly payment down by $50 a month because she got me different insurance. Now I'm saving $50 a month. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but $50 a month to a lot of people is a lot of money. So, all right. Well, guys, I will see you hopefully at the happy hour in Grove City. Remember, that is the Broad Street Grill. I think it's 131 Broad Street Grill, or 131 South Broad Street. It's only a block or so down from our new location. Please don't panic, Jamie, when you go down Broad Street and see the building all boarded up. It's all part of the progress. We took out the front windows. We're getting brand new front windows on there. So they have them boarded for the moment because they're not fully installed. So don't freak out. Don't freak out. So it is well on its way. But yeah, we're getting new windows over there. So it looks like a vacant property. It's not. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. I will stay on the line here and be quiet in case anybody wants to talk to me after people start leaving. But have an amazing day. Please stay cool. It is really hot out there. Don't overdo it. And hopefully I see you tonight.
Hey, boss
just
lady, real quick.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jamie.